Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great morning and a great week so far. I want to hop on here real quick. I'll make this as succinct and brief as possible. And here's why I want to address these 5 common mistakes, because I've been seeing them repeatedly, and I often hear Dr. Andy and Dr. Heather addressing all of these things to in some context. These are common questions, things that come up. Now, I am not a doctor, I am not an expert, I am an independent prove-it promoter, and I do a lot of other things, but here's how I fit into this. So I'm an independent promoter. Now, in my own experience of taking this, I have experienced some of these things too, and have found out the hard way that these things are really important to work through or avoid altogether. So here's what to watch out for. So the number one thing to avoid, the number one mistake that I see is dehydration. Now, here's the thing, you guys. The majority of people are chronically dehydrated. And what might seem like a lot of water to be drinking all the time is not going to cut it when you're in ketosis, because what's happening is it has this like diuretic effect and it's pulling water from your cells. So along with that come the electrolytes and the minerals, which I will address second. But dehydration is such a huge thing, because let's say okay, imagine this. If you are chronically dehydrated, but you don't really realize it, you're not dehydrated to the point that you're having headaches and you're feeling super thirsty or you're feeling really fatigued. Well, when you add a ketone, when you add this into your life and you're actually in ketosis, that will no longer be sufficient hydration. So you're gonna have to add even more water. Whatever you think is a lot of water, whatever that looks like to you in your consumption, add even more. Like, you just add more water. Just drink more water, because you're losing a lot of water. A lot is being pulled out. It's part of the process. It's a great thing. And you've got to replace that water. So dehydration is a big thing. The second thing that I see often is minerals and electrolytes. So the big things are electrolytes, so your salt, which is why we use this stuff right here. We get the big one at Costco. Pink Himalayan salt is great for replacing those electrolytes. And then also magnesium and potassium. It seems that magnesium is a really big one. So first, replacing the salts into your body, into your system. Then the magnesium, because there's something about the salt needs to be there for the magnesium to really do what it needs to do. Magnesium is something that so many people are deficient in without even knowing it. It has over 200 functions that if you're deficient in magnesium, those functions either will not happen or they will happen really poorly. So magnesium is super duper important, you guys. If you're experiencing any kind of headaches or more fatigue than you were before taking the ketones, that is just exposing that you're either dehydrated, like severely dehydrated, or B, you're lacking some minerals. So it exposes those mineral deficiencies, and it shows where we need to kind of step up our game. Because remember, this is not a crutch. This is not an excuse to just eat and do and drink whatever you want. It is a tool that supports healthier living in a less painful way, in a more enjoyable way. So the magnesium too, ideally, we would get that from our diet. But here's the thing. The soil is more mineral deficient than possibly ever. And so our foods are not as mineral rich as they once were, or as they should be. Therefore, even if you're you've really got to be eating great. Now, if you're just adding this into your diet to help you live a healthier, more balanced life with a more whole foods based, non-processed food kind of diet, then don't rely on this to do all the work for you. It'll help you. It'll help eliminate the cravings. It'll help cleanse stuff out of your system, reduce inflammation, all kinds of great stuff that ketones do in the body. However, you've still got to pay attention to where you're getting your minerals from. So ideally, magnesium, you can get it from avocados, from bananas, from leafy greens. That's the best. Legumes, let's see, we got seeds like chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate. Hello, did somebody say chocolate? But I'm talking really dark. Like I have some 85 or 88% chocolate in my fridge right now. To most people that would taste like caca, but I like it and it has great magnesium in it. Dr. Andy has also suggested in one of her Q&A videos, possibly more than one, to find a good magnesium supplement to take in the evening before going to bed. So she says 200 to 400 milligrams before going to bed. So you're not getting 100% of your RDI from a supplement, but it gives you that boost to get over that hump if you're experiencing any of those symptoms of like fatigue or headache or stomach stuff, things like that. So number one, again, is dehydration. That is, you want to avoid that. Number two is a deficiency of electrolytes or minerals. And so to counterbalance that, add some more great, good quality, not table salt. Pink Himalayan salt is a great way to replenish. Also, bone broth. Now, Prove It happens to make a keto broth that has ketones in it that I super duper love. And ever since having this, when I taste regular bone broth again, I'm like, it's not as good. But anyway, this has great replenishment of electrolytes in it too. So that's two. And then your magnesium. Want to make sure that you have enough magnesium in your system if you're feeling lethargic again, or headaches or any of that stuff. Let's see, the third mistake that I see. Oh my God, you guys, this one gets me every time. So do not chug your ketones. It can overwhelm the system, especially if if your body's not used to having all these ketones in there. It's kind of like, what the heck is going on? I don't know. Like, get rid of it, reject. It's not a good situation for the gastrointestinal system. So do not chug. On the back of the packet, I don't have one with me. I thought I did, but I've got this. On the back of the packets, it says, of the Max and the Net and any of the OS products, it says, put a packet in 12 to 16 ounces of water. So make sure you're putting it in enough water and just, shake it up in your bottle. I personally like to fill it up all the way. Like I'm past the 20, I'm probably up at like 22. Whenever I fill this bad boy up, I fill it all the way up. I mix it up and then I fill up the rest with water so that I can actually mix it. But you get the idea. Like I like mine more diluted, and I'll sip it over the course of like 30 to 40, 45 minutes. So definitely not chugging, and that will help like slowly get them into the body. Dr. Heather has also addressed this in multiple Q&A videos, which I'm happy to direct you to if you would like, to take it easy and to just let the body get used to the ketones. If after doing all these things, you're still feeling stomach upset for more than a couple days, according to Dr. Heather, then maybe scale it back to half a pack a day, or maybe half a pack in the morning and half a pack in the afternoon, just to give your body more of an opportunity to get used to the ketones. Especially if your diet is not already as like a non-processed, all whole foods space, then your body's really, it may need a little bit more time to get acclimated to all of this. So no chugging. Do not chug and you'll avoid some of that nonsense. The fourth mistake that I see is inconsistency. And I realized that I have not been very clear about this with new customers and people who are giving this a try, that you've got to take it consistently. If you take it for one day and kind of treating it as a Red Bull or an energy drink, a Monster or a cup of coffee, it's not intended to work that way. It works systemically, and that is when you're going to get the best results. So consistency is key. Take your entire trial consistently. Even if you're only doing half a pack a day at first, consistently take half a pack a day. Don't skip days, because this is how you're going to get the best experience out of your trial or out of your just long-term experience as well. So consistently take them. I had somebody, actually a friend, who took it he had a 10-day trial and he took it inconsistently throughout for all of those 10 packs. And then he did another 10-day trial and he took them together like consistently. And he was like, wow, this is night and day. I really feel it now. I really feel the energy. I feel the focus, all of that stuff. Because again, you guys, this is like working systemically. So give it a chance to work in your system consistently. All right. And then the fifth mistake is ditching all your healthy habits, because now you have a drink that puts you in ketosis. And you guys, it doesn't work that way. It is not a crutch. It is not a cheat tool. It helps make the process of getting to a healthier place much more enjoyable, much less painful, and very subtle changes that you'll notice too. I have several people who they have shared with me that they don't have the cravings for sugar anymore. They don't have the cravings for alcohol or for breads. And that is a really big deal. And that's what I experienced as well about a month into taking my ketones consistently, that I didn't have that hankering for the frosted, it's the frosted cinnamon bread from Costco. I was getting 2 loaves of that stuff at every trip. And at least one of those loaves was mommy's. The kids would have the other one, like they would share, all 4 of them would share 1 loaf, and I would have my entire loaf of frosted cinnamon bread. So that is how, I mean, my cravings really owned me. And even if I chose not to eat sugar and breads and drink wine, it was really hard because my body still craved it. Well, with this, it's like it eliminates all of that. And I'm not going to share all of the sciencey stuff with you. I'm happy to share more of Dr. Heather's and Dr. Andy's takes on this, because they are the experts and I am just sharing from experience here and from the experiences of my customers and friends. But it's really great with eliminating those cravings. So over time, you will notice some subtle changes, like, oh, I didn't feel the need for that glass of wine tonight, or I didn't feel the need to have my chocolate after dinner, or I could take my kids out for ice cream and I didn't get any. So you notice these subtle changes, and it's a snowball effect that leads you into healthier and healthier living. It is not intended to replace. It's not a quick fix. It's not intended to replace all your healthy habits. So the fifth mistake is ditching all your healthy habits, thinking like, oh, now I can eat all the carbs. And I personally had a whole lot of carbs, and I had a lot of wine too. It was my big wine day for the month on Thanksgiving. But it's not an everyday thing. You guys, this doesn't replace a healthy lifestyle. Treat it like the tool that it is. It is a powerful, fantastic breakthrough tool to help you get into healthier living without feeling like you're depriving yourself and you're forcing yourself, and like you know how it is, you know how it feels when you're like, I'm gonna ditch all the unhealthy things and I'm gonna do all the healthy things. How long does that last? Not very long. And if you stick it out longer than most and you get past mid-January, good for you. But then at some point, you fall off the wagon. And this helps you, and it's helped me consistently develop healthier and healthier habits. Helps sleep better, and you know that when you sleep better, you're also recovering better, your mood's gonna be better, hormones are gonna be in a happier place. It's just this fantastic, beautiful snowball effect, and you get more momentum in your health and wellness. So those are the 5 mistakes that I have been seeing and that I would like for you to avoid as someone who is, whether you're taking the ketones now, trying them out for the first time, or you're a couple months in or a few months in, or you don't even have any concept of what these ketones are. I want to shoot this video so that you can avoid these 5 mistakes, which are, again, dehydration, lack of electrolytes and minerals like magnesium and potassium especially. What else? Chugging, inconsistent consumption